going into this game about being fundamentally sound, discipline, and the ability to make open field tackles. Certainly Georgia Tech has taken advantage of some of those this afternoon.
Under a minute to play. This will seal the deal for Paul Johnson. I mean, you can just hand him the ACC Coach of the Year award.
Absolutely. Remarkable job by Paul Johnson.
Georgia Tech will use their timeout with 48 seconds to play. Well, Trav, let's revisit Albert's angle update. And you talked about the offense taking some shots.
Well, taking some shots, 5 plays over 20 yards. But how about that defense wrapping up? 137 rush yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Not such a great job today from that Bulldog defense in terms of wrapping up.
(45-42). Georgia fans, the faithful, remain hoping for a miracle here on their home field.
You know, I got to tell you the story. We were talking to Michael Johnson. He said at practice there's a little kid walking around with a Georgia Bulldog shirt on, and he said, "Get that kid out of here." Paul Johnson walked over and said, "What do you mean? If I was a kid growing up here last 7 years, I'd be wearing a Georgia shirt too. They've done whooped your rear end the last 7 years."
Well, Tech's last win against Georgia right here in Athens in 2000. Mark Richt has never lost to Georgia Tech in his coaching tenure.
3rd and 6.
So 48 seconds on the clock and a 3rd down and 6. Georgia's defense makes the play they needed. 4th down.
And Nesbitt is just beat up. I mean, that one of the things about running the option is your quarterback is going to take an awful lot of shots.
Trev, 1 second between game and play clock. I mean, this Georgia Tech team, you have to salute them. They were down at the half. They had a 26-point 3rd quarter, unanswered by Georgia.
Just complete resiliency. Give Paul Johnson, Josh Nesbitt. Kid's missed 2.5 games with a hamstring injury. Both of his ankles beat up.
They're going to whistle delay a game with 1 second to play. And Paul Johnson and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will jump to 9-3 on the season, and a disappointing end to senior day here in Athens, Trev. So a knee for Nesbitt. On a knee, it's over. The streak ends at 7, and Tech rushes the field here in Athens.